And we are live. We are live, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Chosen Wisdom Football, a channel for the football purist, a channel for the critical thinkers. If you are a critical thinker, then this is a place for you. We are not an echo chamber for the average view. We think about things and we come at things from multiple different perspectives, people. Big up yourselves, big up the chat, big up all the Manchester United fans all around the world. I hope everybody has had a beautiful day today. There is a lot for us, as usual, to get through on today's show. We have more transfer updates. There are roughly around, I think, 11 days maybe to go before the end of the window, and things are going to start heating up, boiling up, hot. Things are hot right now. So yes, people, big up yourself, big up the chat. Turkish and Soulful Curl already in the chat. Today we have Garnacho updates. The Garnacho saga is continuing, and there is more drama, there is more news for us to get through. We have a Fabrizio Romano update on Garnacho. We also have the Argentina manager coming out. He has weighed in on the Garnacho situation. We have Højlund news. Højlund is still a player United want to get rid of, and he apparently wants guarantees if he returns after his 1-year loan. As usual, guys, you're going to let me know what you think about that one. We have Ruben Amorim's views. Apparently, Ruben has come out and he is stating how he views the squad, and the fact that he views Bruno and Kobe Mainoo as competitors, and he views Ugarte and Casemiro as competitors for the defensive midfield role. Let me know what you think about that. We'll get into that information as well, those details, and we're going to talk about it together, people. Also, information we have received that United are going to stick with the goalkeepers. There is a little news coming out about any new goalkeeper at this time, and it seems as if we may actually keep the 3 goalkeepers that we have. We're going to talk about that one as well. Are Mason Mount and Luke Shaw going to be in the England squad? Apparently, people, Tuchel was spotted having a conversation with both Mason Mount and Luke Shaw at the Arsenal-Man United game, and that is making people think that those two might be in the England squad. So we will see about that one, people. For Rabiot, we saw the Rabiot news yesterday, and every single summer we get Rabiot news. Rabiot's not coming to Man United. He never will. Fabrizio Romano has clarified the Rabiot position. Also, people, 2 fixtures in October have been rescheduled for television viewing. So 2 of our matches in October will be rescheduled. And that is basically most of the news. So we have Garnacho saga updates. We have Argentina manager weighing in on the Garnacho saga. We have Højlund updates. We have Ruben Amorim's view on his squad, on who's competing against who in for what position. We have that update as well. United sticking with the 3 goalkeepers. We're going to talk about that update that we've received. Mount and Shaw potentially in the England squad. Fabrizio Romano clarifying about Rabiot coming to Man United. We're going to talk about that one, as well as the fixtures that have changed, people. So there's a lot for us to get through, and if anything new turns up while we are live, as usual, people, we will talk about it. There is nothing off the cards with this channel. We will talk about everything. Nothing will make me feel uncomfortable. Nothing's off the cards when it comes to this channel, and I said this before, this is a channel for the critical thinkers. If you guys want an echo chamber of similar views, I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't be here right now. So big up the chat, big up Wendell Peterson in the chat. We won't survive with Ugarte and Casemiro in the midfield. We don't have keepers. Shivam in the chat, we should not buy any goalkeeper or any mid. Instead, we should let Garner and Sancho and Ante rot on the bench, hoping best for Malacia. British Bulldogs and LG. Let's go. Shivam. Yep. So, all right, let's go. Let's first quickly whiz through the news. Feeling myself in my new jersey. I did say I was going to get it, and I've got it. So it is what it is. Am I being a bit delayed up there? Yeah, I'm a bit. No, I'm not. I'm live now. There's two things. All right, so we are live, people. Let's go. Let's get into the news, people. Let's get into it. Fabrizio Romano and Garnacho. Let's just see what's been going on today. Fabrizio Romano has basically said that Chelsea and United have differed in their valuation of Garnacho, which we already know, right? For Garnacho, it's really easy. Or he goes to Chelsea, or he stays at Manchester United out of the squad. If that remains the case, Garnacho is not scared about that. So Garnacho's making it clear. Either I go to Chelsea, and Chelsea is the only club, which is very strange. I still find it strange that Chelsea is the only club he wants to go to. But either he goes to Chelsea and he doesn't mind returning to Manchester United and playing with the reserves and sitting on the bench for 6 months to a year. He's made that clear. He doesn't mind that. There's something about that I kind of like. Like, I can separate how I feel about Garnacho as a player. I can separate how I feel about him and Manchester United. And I can say, do you know what? He's standing on business. He's like, listen, this is the club I want to go to. And if I don't go to this club, I'll sit on a bench. It's fine. I'm going to get what I want. As frustrating as that is, as a Man United fan, you know me, I can hold different points of views and paint you a more rounded picture rather than just the fan point of view. There's something about that I like, even though it's annoying. As a Man United fan, you want him to go, and you want Man United to get the money for him, of course. But there's a bit of mental strength about what he's doing that I kind of like. They believe that this is a player probably worth a completely different amount of money than what is the request now from Manchester United. So Chelsea, as we know, want around 30 to 35 for him. United want around 50 million for him. And it does say that Chelsea value him in the region of 30 to 35. So Chelsea don't value him as high as Man United value him. United have been putting it out there that you did receive 50 million for Madueke, and other players around his ability have gone around for 50 million pounds. So we have put it out there that this is how much he is worth, and Chelsea don't seem to be budging, or at least, you know, coming towards our valuation for the player. So what happens? What happens? That is now the question. We have 11 days left of the window to go. Man United have been strong. And listen, like I said, I can hold multiple views. I like the fact that United are strong. I like the fact, in a way, not in a way that Garnacho has been strong, but I like the fact that United are also being strong. Give us the money for these players, or they either stay with us and don't play at all, stay on the bench, play with the reserves, or you give us the money for them and they go to you. It's fine. Either way, we're good. We've also shown that we can spend money without selling them. And I think that was very important for United to do, to show that, listen, we're not going to be held ransom by the players that we want to sell. We've already bought the 3 most important signings without having to sell. So any of you guys thinking that we could only buy players once these players have been sold, well, we've proven that that's not the case. So I like that show of strength from Manchester United. This is complicated, and I like to look at these things from multiple perspectives. I like to think about the fact that a footballer has one career and one career only. They have to make the move that's right for them, regardless of how we feel as fans and how impatient we are and how frustrated we get. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed as hell, but I can also take my fan hat off, put it to the side, put another hat on, and be like, okay, let me think like a human. Let me think like the player thinks. One career, you only get one opportunities. I get it. So I'm able to do that. I think better than a lot of people. Um, Garnacho needs to leave. We know that. We need to get a good fee for him. And I hope this saga comes to an end very quickly with Chelsea. I say very quickly, but it's been going on all summer. But, we've only have 11 days left. Chelsea have to pay the fee. I'm interested. I'm so curious to find out what actually happens if Chelsea do not come up with the fee. What are Man United actually going to do? Are these empty promises? Or are Man United really going to just let him train with the reserves? Anyway, we move on. Fabrizio Romano says Garnacho is not scared to stay out of the Man United squad if he doesn't get his move to Chelsea. From what I'm hearing, either he goes to Chelsea or he stays at United out the squad. So just reiterating, we've had this already, we've said this already, so that is just reiterating what we already know. He keeps saying he's not scared. He's not scared. And these are messages from Garnacho to Fabrizio Romano. So right now we need to understand Fabrizio is saying what Garnacho wants to be out there in the open, in the public domain. This is directly from Garnacho's camp. So very interesting. I'm curious. At this point, yeah, I don't have a visceral reaction to any of this. At this moment, I'm just getting my popcorn out, eating my popcorn, and I'm like, because I know these players, Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony, none of them are going to play for the club again. So I'm comfortable. I don't care how much money Man United get from them. I'm not the Glazers. I'm not Ineos. I don't care about how rich these Glazers or Ineos get. The reason why we're in debt is because of our owners. I'm not too fussed about selling these players so you can get more money. The reason why we don't have money is because of you. So I'm able to compartmentalize these things. At this moment of time, I need them to all leave. But if they don't leave, if they do not leave, I will get my popcorn out and I'll be like, now this is going to be interesting. Let's see what actually the club does. Let's see what the fan base does. Anyway, here's the Argentina manager on Garnacho. His performances have not been good enough to make the Argentina squad. I like that. I like the first statement because I always tell you guys, can we be objective a little bit and not be too emotional? Can we just talk about how good they are on the pitch and what they've actually done objectively rather than be all angry and angry and angry? Just, if Garnacho's not good enough, just say he's not good enough. First thing this man said is, first of all, let's talk about the football. He hasn't been good enough on the pitch. And that's the most important. So I like that. He goes on to say, but what's more concerning is his attitude and behaviour, which makes it more impossible for him to be included in the team for the World Cup. So then he's looked at his behaviour, he's looked at his attitude over the last 6 months, and he said, do you know what? That's not on. That's not on. All that Aston Villa shirt wearing and all these things and what he's been saying, it's just not on. So the Argentina manager has said to Garnacho that you're not going to get into the squad. So Garnacho needs to think about his career now. It's his crunch time. You won't be in the squad. You need to play games. But at the same time, you're saying that you're happy not to play games. Yeah, Garnacho. Listen, young lad. It's quite interesting because I was one of the first people that says Garnacho needs to leave and Garnacho's not good enough. Right? And I stick by that. But now he's practically leaving. I'm like, do you know what, young lad? Look after yourself. Surround yourself with smarter people. Surround yourself with people who can keep you grounded. Your agent, your brother agent, I don't know how good he is for you. You're still only 20 years old, which means you've potentially got a long career ahead of you. I don't dislike you. I want you to go on and do well. I'm not going to be one of those guys online who are like, Garnacho, he's the worst thing ever. Get a Sancho. No, that's I can't be bothered with that. I just need them to leave, and that's it. Garnacho, please just think about your next decision, your next step wisely. Yeah, think about the people you got around you. You got gassed up. I get it. Changing manager every year is not good for anybody. It hasn't been good for Anthony, hasn't been good for Rashford, hasn't been good for Sancho, and hasn't been good for you. You were told that you were the best thing since sliced bread by Ten Hag, promoted, played every game, 50 games for the whole season, and in a split second, a new manager comes in and tells you that he doesn't like you, you don't fit in his system. The system changes, you no longer play with wingers, so you've gone from being one of the most sought after wingers in Europe, young wingers in Europe, then a new manager comes in and tells you that I'm not playing with wingers, you are no longer needed. Get out my club. We play with 2 10s and you don't fit in any of the 2 10 roles. You are no longer needed, essentially, right? That's difficult to go from you are the future and then the next manager comes in a week later and tells you you're the past. I understand what that feels like. I understand what it's like to be messed around like that by a football club. So I'm always going to have my fan hat on. Get out the club, Garnacho, Anthony, Sancho, get out so we can get money. The worst signings ever. Emotional, anger, emotion. I can be like that. That's easy. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, cool. Let me see the whole thing from the footballer's point of view. What's happened to the footballer? What's been going on? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I get why you're angry. I get it. No, I don't agree, but I get it. I get it. So that's kind of where I am when it comes to all of these guys, bro. That's where I am. So let's move on to Rasmus Højlund, people. This is very interesting. If Rasmus Højlund leaves Manchester United, he seeks a transfer that ensures he won't be excluded from the squad upon returning from a potential loan. Unlike Sancho, Garnacho, and others, he demands guarantees for any loan agreement. When I read that, guys, I was like, huh? How does that even make sense? You want to go on loan and have a guarantee that when you come back from your loan, you're still in the team or still in the squad. He's seen, yeah. This is why I say, yeah, there's some players who are good at PR and good at media control, and some players who just are not good at it. He's seen what the fans and the media have done to these players. They've managed to, and because we're such a big football club, we are very easily manipulated as a fan base. The media who hates us, all of them hate us, right? There's not one single media outlet that protects United or United players. Most of them attack us, right? Because that happens, we adopt the positions of the media often when it comes to our players, and I always say we end up destroying our own players, right? He's seen what's happened to these guys and he's like, damn, I don't want to go on loan and come back and be treated like these guys. But let's not pretend that he's not in the same boat. He, just like the rest of these guys, the club wants him gone, right? The club wants all of these players gone for different reasons. Some of these players have fallen out with the club. Some of these players are simply just not good enough, right? He's somebody that the club doesn't see as good enough. He wants to be treated and be seen differently to the rest of these players. I don't know, guys. All I see is 5 or 6 guys that the club want to sell, including Højlund, and we should just try and sell them as quickly and effectively as possible. I don't care about no being treated and all of these things. If you're good enough and you come back, and if you come back and you start training and you've changed and you're just banging in goals, I've got no problems, yeah. I keep saying this. I've got no issues with Højlund going out on loan, coming back, then proving that he's good enough. If he's good enough, I got no bias. I hold nothing from this. I just don't think he is good enough. But if he is good enough, then he will play. End of story. We move on. He will score goals. Everyone is happy. If he comes back and he's not good enough, and we look at him and we're like, you've gone on loan, you've done all right, but Sesko's banging in goals, Xerxes banging in goals, we don't really need, then you'll be sold. This guarantee business that you return to the team or return to the squad after your loan, bro, I think it's a madness, personally. It's a madness. Sorry? So, I don't know. There we go. Let's see. Wow, the chat is being popping off. Let's quickly run through the trap. Rajat in the chat. Hi, cuz. Big up, Rajat. We'll take Ecuador Camavinga off Real on that one. Yeah, loan. We need to go up full night Wimbledon striker. I'm afraid of Camavinga links. Shivam is afraid of Camavinga links. I don't think we're going to get Camavinga, Shivam, at all. Chelsea must pay for Ghana or he goes to reserve, says Wendell. Ranjat says Nacho needs to play to make Argentina team. Yep, I agree. British Bulldog, pay him and he never plays for the club at any level or anyone. Well, he's a contract with us only. Way our people continue to take us for clowns, says British Bulldog. Wiz, there is nothing but greed and childish behavior from him. I don't know what you see, says British Bulldog. I see that too. I see the childish. I see everything. I see the childish behavior, and I also see the greed from him. But I also see other things too. That's basically what I'm saying. I can see a whole picture rather than just sort of more of a narrow, in my opinion, a narrower picture. Chelsea don't value him as highly. That's another thing as well, British Bulldog, that Chelsea are not willing to pay him. I always say this to you guys. If you are Garnacho and Chelsea are literally saying we're only going to pay 30 million for you, what is that saying to you about how the club values you as a footballer? They value you less than all the other signings they've made. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wendell says our recruitment team must take responsibility for transfer crisis. They had time since November last year to move players on. I agree, Wendell. I agree. Need to sell our cast out players now. It's on the board and that's the main thing. Let's go. Yeah, both Wendell and Raja are saying it's on the board. It's on the board and it's on Ineos and the Glazers. Well, more Glazers, because some of these signings weren't Ineos signings. So it's more on the Glazers. I want people's anger to be more on the Glazers and their decisions rather than maybe the individual players, if that makes sense. The only transfer we accept is to Scunthorpe on loan. Scunthorpe or nothing, Garno. I need to be the boss man at this club. Shivam says, if we let them for cheap, it would be detrimental for United in the future. We need to get the respect back and show to others we do not care. Wendell says, don't sell them. Let Ghana see out his contract for 3 seasons at the reserves. Cut our losses in Sancho and send him on loan. I think Sancho will go on loan again. Either way, it doesn't really matter with Sancho because he's only got 1 year left. So either he goes on loan again for the last year and then he can sign for free, or he stays and rots in the reserves and then goes for free. Either way, he's gone next year out of Manchester United. So I'm all right with that with Sancho. Anthony Asensio going to Turkey, Saudi for sure. Hope so. I hope so, Shivam. I really do, Shivam. Garnacho will feel it after the transfer window. Let him rot in the reserves. Yeah, Wendell. I don't think Garnacho is thinking this one through. I think he's been a bit too. You know when someone's hot-headed and you can't think for the future. You can only think immediately in front of you. You can't think like in 2 years' time what the repercussions of your actions now are going to be. Maybe that's what's going on with Garnacho. Like, I've explained why he might be a bit angry. You can't go to somebody, a 19-year-old, and tell them they're the future 1 minute, and then the next day tell them they're the past. That is someone's career that you're messing with. And that's not his fault. It's not Garnacho's fault, yeah, that Manchester United decided to no longer play with wingers. That's not Garnacho's fault. It's the club's fault. The club did this. The club knew that they had wingers, and they brought in a manager that doesn't play with them. He plays with fullbacks. And therefore, Rashford, Garnacho, and others had to leave. That's not Garnacho's fault. That's the club's inconsistency. So I'm hoping I'm able to... Listen, you can feel how you want to feel, people. I cannot change that. But what I want to do is create a whole picture for you guys. So your anger can be directed to, to other places maybe. I don't know. And don't forget, I don't even like Garnacho and Højlund. Those are the 2 players I want out the club more than anybody. And I'm here not defending them, but I'm here offering alternative perspectives on the situation. Let's call it that. So you don't have an echo chamber. You can go anywhere else, guys, and you hear the same thing. hear the same thing. You come here, you can hear multiple perspectives, people. Jim, Garnacho will feel it after the transfer. Yeah, I've read that. Jim, what you do in the Super Mania footballer, tell me what I'm super billionaire. Garnacho career. Shivam says Garnacho's career is over. I think he's young enough, Garnacho, to still save it. But I hear what you're saying, Shivam. It could be. It could be. You take up the tea lady place. We have a very... I would buy his house and everything around it. British Bulldog, man. Flipping heck. Jim needs to employ me as an advisor. I have no sympathy for Garnacho, Rashford, and the others. Stop defending the overhyped, overrated shits. Redo, not really a defense, because everything that you guys have said about how much you dislike them and all these things, I think the same. I'm also able to also think the other things too. So think of it of me being on your side, all of your sides with this, but I'm also able to see other perspectives. That's it. That's it, guys. Big up TK in the chat. Big up Wendell. Big up BB. Yeah, man. Be fair. I think he means if he does well, he wants to come back, not be sold. Listen, I've got no issues with Rasmus going well, doing well, coming back, and improving himself. Like that's good. That's not a bad thing. He shouldn't walk into the team just because he's back, though. Which is what it kind of sounds like. It kind of sounds like he wants a guarantee that he walks into the team. And I'm like, bro, if you're good and you come back, then I'm pretty sure United are not going to be like, wow, Højlund is back and he's scoring 40 goals a season. Let's not put him in the team. Bro, that will be... Listen, if United do that, then I'll be on United's back. I'll be like, bro, come on. He's proved himself. He's come back. He's sick now. Let him play. But it kind of sounds like he wants a guarantee that he comes back straight into the team after the loan. That's why I'm like, There are worries about their paychecks, no ambition. I'm not gonna lie, Wendell. I'm worried about my paycheck too. I'm worried about my paycheck. No guarantees, Højlund. Tell him to... All right, let's move on then. I think the outgoing situation will always get us frustrated a little bit. As a fan base, we're always going to get frustrated with the outgoing situation because it's slow and nobody's gone. Nobody's gone. Only Rashford is gone, and he hasn't even gone on a permanent deal, people. So the club haven't done well. The same club that bought these players, the same club that wants to get rid of them, they just haven't done this well. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, do you know what? I'm tired of getting angry at these players. It's the club. It's the football club. It's the Glazers. It's the owners. It's everything else. And Ineos are now trying to sort out some of the mess that they've inherited, because Ineos are supposed to be in charge of the footballing side of stuff. But anyway, let's move on quickly, guys. Ruben Amorim views Ugarte and Casemiro as competitors for one of the deeper midfield positions, and views Fernandes and Mainu as competitors for the partnership's other side. Do you agree with that one? Ugarte and Casemiro, Fernandes, Kobe. Cover for each role. One of them more defensive, one of them more attack. Kobe's a cover for Bruno. Ugarte's a cover for Casemiro. Sounds simple. Sounds simple enough. But do you guys agree with that one? Do you agree? I understand it. I understand it. But I was hoping it was more fluid than that. Because when we were 1-0 down against Arsenal and Casemiro was coming off, I assumed that we were going to bring an attacking player on because we wanted to score a goal. So when I saw Ugarte come on for Casemiro, I was like, what? We're taking a defensive-minded player off and bringing on another defensive-minded player and we're 1-0 down. How is that going to help? What? Is the manager literally taking it literally? I.e., when I take Casemiro off, I can only bring on Ugarte. When I bring off Bruno, I can only bring on Kobe. Bro, sometimes, yeah, you're going to have to bring off Casemiro and then bring on Kobe and play Bruno and Kobe if you're chasing a game. Sometimes you might have to do that. If Kobe Mainoo is a replacement only for Bruno. Only for Bruno. And we know this man is going to play Bruno every single game, every single second, every single minute. He's going to play Bruno. What? Are we going to see Kobe? Are we going to see Kobe, guys? Why my voice going on high pitch like this? I don't know. Are we going to see Kobe? Are we going to see Kobe, people? I don't know. I don't know. Sancho want his salary is going nowhere. He realizes that no one will meet his demands. The Sancho's a weird one. And like I always say, the hatred of Sancho online by some people, it's weird to me. But Sancho is a weird one. Garnacho will lose his shit if the Chelsea deal falls through. I need to get my popcorn ready. Wendell, that's where I'm at this situation. Right now, I'm at popcorn stage now. I'm like 11 days to go. The bomb squad are still here. Nothing seems like it's changing. Let me get my popcorn out and see what happens. I'm done being emotionally unstable when it comes to these things. Sesko will be our striker for the next few years. He must realize that. Yeah, I hate you, British Bulldog, but Sesko, I just hope Sesko works, people. What if, you know me, I like to play devil's advocate. What if Sesko has the worst season ever, at Man United this year? Højlund goes to like wherever, and Højlund absolutely balls out. Absolutely balls out. And we're like, whoa. Højlund does a Scott McTominay. And he come. What happens? Listen, you guys will say this scenario will never happen. It could. It could, guys. It could. Shivam says, is Sancho rejecting clubs because he knows that he won't clear their medicals? Listen, when it comes to Sancho, I'm done. Like, I just need him to leave. Whether he leaves now or leaves in a year's time, the fact of the matter is he's going to go. And because I know he's going to go either now or a year's time, I'm good. I'm good with it. Wendell says, agree 100% Shivam. Ghana badge. I'm pronouncing it wrong. Garbage. Garbage. Oh my gosh, garbage. That's the thing is, I don't even like Garnacho. Garbage. I think Garnacho's issue, my frustration watching Garnacho is more of his decision making and his footballing IQ than anything. But that's a conversation for another day. Ranjit in the house. We got Ranjit in the house. Come on. Rasmus should be all right because next year our finances should be better. No forced selling. Wendell says, Ineos must go. Manchester City style. Try and agree very big sponsorships in order to generate more revenue money to buy the likes of Beleva and Wharton, says Wendell. Shivam says, I agree with Ruben. Mainly won't get mints unless the obsession with Bruno stops. Maybe next year is a chance. 24. Yeah, 2030. I need to gather my thoughts when it comes to Mainoo. I always say that it's too young. He's too young for you to write him off. Anyone who wants to write him off. I've seen enough of the guy to know how talented he is. But I'm just gonna say this, people. Let's not pretend that Mason, like, he's not the most talented player that's come out of academy over the last 10 years. Mason Greenwood is much more talented than him. He is. I will argue with anybody in the chat who tries to tell me that Kobe Mainoo is more talented than Mason Greenwood. And also, we had guys like Angel Gomez. Angel Gomez is a baller. We sold him because he's too small. Way too small to play in the Premier League. But he's a baller. You can argue he was even more talented than Kobe. There will be other talented players. Kone, you can argue is just as talented, maybe even more. So I'm not saying we should die on some Kobe Mainoo sword and every player that comes out the academy has to make it. And if he doesn't make it, we need to all cry. But he's young. And I still think he can become something really, really amazing. I think we need to be careful with Kobe. I've seen Kobe in pre-season. I think he's playing well. The manager's obsession with Bruno is a concern. He wasn't that great. He wasn't rubbish, but he wasn't that great against Arsenal. He could have been taken off, but the manager didn't. the manager needs to treat Bruno like any other player. That's what we need from the manager. I think the manager needs to be consistent and treat all these players the same. Take Cunha off if he needs to. Take Mbumo off if he needs to. I don't want to see favoritism by the manager. And unfortunately, I think we will see it. We will see it. And it's going to be frustrating for a lot of us. Anyway, so that's, I mean, we'll see. We'll see about Manu this year. Let's see what the chat is saying quickly. Bulldog says, I will offer my services to the club as their first even player removal agent, 100k a year, and company bubble car deal, said Jim. Serkic says, I'm up for this idea. TK in the chat, I'm tired of United chasing games. Like I said, guys, the Leeds game on Sunday, we will see. The Arsenal game, TK, you said we raise ourselves against the big guys. Let's see what we're like against Leeds. Sorry, Leeds? Fulham. I keep saying Leeds. Arsenal are playing Leeds. Man United are playing Fulham. Sorry, guys. Is there no club on this planet that wants Ugarte and Casemiro? Not even one. I'm very worried about our midfield. Yeah, we'll probably need to get rid of a midfielder if we sign one as well, guys. Like, that's why I keep saying having 5 midfielders. I mean, the manager even said it's 1 for 1. You know, so Kobe's probably gonna have to wait for Bruno to get injured, and we know Bruno never gets injured. Ever gets injured, bruv. That's one thing that's I like about Bruno, actually. Bruno's not the most athletic human being in the world, but his body is like a specimen, bro. Like, Bruno will take knocks, get kicked, and all these things, and Bruno will never get injured, bro. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, people, Man United's decision to stick with goalkeepers Onana, Bayindir, and Heaton is not just financial, but backed by internal data. Okay, all right then. The club and staff have strong confidence in the trio, supported by various data metrics. I don't know, guys. First of all, I've never heard goalkeepers or a goalkeeper being expressed as a trio of goalkeepers. Like, I don't know if I ever hear about Arsenal's trio of goalkeepers being trusted, or Manchester City's trio. We always hear about the number one. It's Alisson, it's Edison, is whatever. But for the whole trio to be grouped together is very strange. It's backed by. It's not just financial, i.e., it's not just about us saving money, but it's backed by internal data. So when he says internal data, are we talking about some metrics here, like a full metrics of data, or are we talking about one human being saying, no, I don't want a new goalkeeper? Like, the only internal data I think, yeah, they could be looking at to show them that they do not need a new goalkeeper is the internal data that says that we conceded 53 goals last season and only scored 43. A plus or minus 10 goal difference. And most other football clubs around us conceded more. So therefore, even with the mistakes, conceding goals isn't an issue. It is scoring goals. So if you go to the board and you say you need a goalkeeper, right? Think about this logically. They ask you why, when we've conceded less goals than other teams. How can you justify? You can say that my individual goalkeeper makes loads of errors and I don't think he's good enough, or Nana's not good enough. But then I'll be like, but you're not making sense. How can you say he's not good enough when we still conceded less amount? Then you'll say it's the defense. It's the defense is the reason why we conceded less amount of goals. The goalkeeper's errors himself. Listen, if it was up for no defense, just for the goalkeeper, we would concede more. Then it's like, well, we don't play football that way. We play football with a defense. We can't remove a defense to fit your criteria or make your point. With this defense and this goalkeeper, we didn't concede as many goals. So I'm just trying to think what we need a new goalkeeper, people. I don't know how many times every single person on this chat, the whole fan base has united and said that we need a new goalkeeper. You struggle to find a fan out there who doesn't agree that we need a new goalkeeper. So whatever voodoo data is out there, I mean, that's the only thing I think of. That's the overarching data of goals conceded. Without the context, without breaking it down about goalkeepers' mistakes and this and that, just goals conceded, goals against. Other than that, I don't understand people. 11 days. We've seen Bayern make an error. Onana's going to make errors this year if he plays. He will. We need a new goalkeeper. So, I don't know, people. I really don't know. But let me quickly see the chat before we move on. Ranjit says, don't say that Sesko is our saviour. Ranjit says, yeah, Ranjit though, the issue, Ranjit, we love a saviour. And it's not just football fans. I think humans, we as a human race, we like an individual person to come and say, we like that stuff. We like a saviour. We watch too many movies where one guy, a Rambo or somebody just beats up everybody and saves us. We like, it's a team sport, football. It's 11 players, but we always like to single out one player. That's the reason why we have a man of the match award. There's no reason for there to be a man of the match award. Absolutely none. This one player stood out in the team, so we need to give him special praise. Bro, this is not an individual sport. It's a team sport. It's the way our brains work. It's the way our minds work. That's what it is, bro. Wendell says there's no way Cell will fail. Cunha and Buma and Bruno in the team. There's no way. Wendell's got confidence that Cesc Sub-Zero will not fail. Garner Bobbins. TK says we'll be in a much better situation next summer window. Let's calm our... Can I say that on YouTube? Sure, they can say calm our tits. I can say that on YouTube, man. There, TK. I mean, let me read out your thing properly. Let's calm our tits regarding these one-to-ways this summer. Wendell, Mainu will be one of our best players. I'd rather play him than Ugarte. I'm with you, Wendell. I'd rather play, at this point, yeah, I'd rather Kobe come on for Cass. And listen, just tell Kobe to sit. Tell him, listen, you don't need to be a DM per se to just sit in that position. Like, we should be able, guys, to play Kobe Mainu and Bruno against someone like Leeds. In my opinion. And not even play Casemiro, but what do I know, man? I'm just Mr. Wisdom. Agree at TK, but we need a midfielder and keeper to give the team fair chance. Amram will suffer the same fate as Ten Hag if he starts with favoritism. Yeah, there's one thing I want, yeah, is a manager to come in, Wendell, and just see all players as equal and don't have favorites. But I don't think that will happen. A manager will always come in, yeah, and like he will do 90% of things that you like, but there's always going to be one or two things you don't like. Like he was always going to favour a player that you don't like or do a system that you don't like. You can't always get everything from a manager, man, that you want. And that's also quite frustrating as well. You know? 11 days to go, guys. I want to get a midfielder, but this is the question I'm going to have for the chat now with regards to midfielder. We are complaining right now that we have too many players that we need to sell, right? So I don't want us to get a stopgap. I don't want us to get a midfielder that's only better than Ugarte and Casemiro, but not as good as Baleba. So when we do get Baleba, right, that same midfielder that we bought is going to be on the bench. I don't know, but I feel like I'd rather get the best of the best, yeah, that's going to get us in the Champions League than get someone who's just good enough right now. I feel like we've been doing that for a long while, and that's the reason why we have players that we want to get rid of. I think Ugarte is in that mode. When we got Ugarte last summer at the end of the window, we wanted to get someone who we thought was slightly better than Casemiro. It turned out that he wasn't. I don't want that anymore. I want to get the guy like Belebers and Adam Whartons. I want to get the best of the best. So when we do get them, every single fan is unified. Every single fan is like, yes, this is the guy. There's no split fan bases that are saying this is rubbish. No. And I want to get sure things. Sure things. So all of these, like that young French player that we're linked to yesterday, and all of these guys, while they might be slightly better than what we have, if they're not going to be the player that sends us into the Champions League in the next 2 or 3 years, then are we not making the same mistake we've been making? That's a question for you guys in the chat. You know, Shivam says, "I fire the data team." Wendell, fire the data team. What's wrong with these guys? I don't know, Wendell, bro. I think Amorim has planned to play Mainu in Carabao and FA Cup games, develop him, and next year when Bruno leaves, bring him and Beleba in the squad, says Shivam. I hope so, Shivam. But at the same time, I want us to play the best players. So if Kobe's not good enough, then I'm gonna try my best not to be like player FC. I can be, but I'm gonna try not to be and be like, listen, if he's not good enough, he's not good enough. I'm not gonna cry and hold his hands. TK says we are 2 to 3 seasons from the Champions League. Cool. Let me read through. You guys are talking to each other. Yeah. Even with Onana and Bayende combined, standing in the goal, we get rammed, says Shivam. Both punches inside, not outside. We need data analyst fast. Wendell says Tom Heaton is our best option. He's steady, isn't he? Tom Heaton is steady. TK says, I don't think we miss out this window, only on Delap. Other things being bang on so far. Bleber simply just wasn't for sale. Yep, I agree. That's good. That's a fair analysis, TK, I think. Wendell's worried about the midfield. Eddie Black's in the house. Big up, Eddie. They're lying. They don't have the budget for a new goalkeeper. Well, it does say it's not just financial. So they're alluding to the fact that finances have played a part in their decision also, I guess. But Eddie says it is just financial. Eddie's saying that they don't have the money for a goalkeeper in the chat. So, and Eddie's also saying, as for the midfielder, they ain't no one on Beleba's level. I do like Camavinga though. Yeah, Eddie. I don't want to get someone who's a stopgap, so we have to replace him again. And that's the same stuff we've been doing, and the reason why we're in this problems. So, just like the goalkeeper, I want us to take our time and get the guy that we know is going to be here for the next 8-9 years. That's what I want now. Serious, long-term thinking about recruitment. Deep analysis. So much data on the player. Not just data on the player, the personality. We've been getting some of the wrong players with the wrong personalities. We need to speak to people who know the player and understand the character of the player that we're bringing in also. All of these things, we need to be serious. We can't just be like, oh, we need a midfielder. Go and get this one. No, I'm done with that, people. I'm done with that. Wendell says, do a jumbo sell, buy Ugarte and get Malacia for free over only 40 million. Buy Sancho, get Casemiro for free for 40 million. Buy Onana. Wendell's funny, bruv. Camavinga is a Luke Shaw of midfielders. Injuries galore. I'd pass on him. I'm with TK on that one, man. I'm with TK on that one. I like Camavinga, guys. Don't get me wrong. As a footballer, let me just do my, compartmentalize your opinions. Footballer, amazing. Great. Everyone was calling him a Pogba regen. He had the abilities. He's not going to be as good as Pogba, I don't think ever, but he had the ceiling of Pogba. Injuries, my gosh, bro. Injuries have almost finished this guy. Anyway, let's quickly move on. People. There we go. Your favorite duo. Your favorite players. Anyway, Thomas Tuchel entered the players' tunnel and mingled with them after the Manchester United and Arsenal game. Tuchel spent a long time talking privately with Mason Mount and Luke Shaw. Both are part of his plans for the upcoming period as the World Cup year approaches for England. What's your initial thoughts, people? If you have any initial thoughts. My initial thought is, okay, they're in the England squad. Okay. Then I'm like, isn't Luke Shaw mostly in the England squad anyway? Even when he's not playing for Man United, he just gets in because he's Luke Shaw. And Mason Mount hasn't really played too much football, but he's now in the England squad. I don't actually care about the England squad. I want you guys to make me care. Make me care about this information, because I'm only delivering this news to you guys because it's just out there. But when I'm reading it, good. All right, let's go. Let's look. Well done. Congratulations, Luke Shaw and Mason Mount. We don't know for sure if they're gonna make the England squad. This is just a punt. But if you do make the England squad, well done. I hope you have good seasons for Man United. I hope you stay injury free, because both of you guys spend most of your time on the treatment table rather than playing. So how you guys are in the England squad and both start for Man United, it's just crazy. You know, we've had other players who've been less injured than you, i.e. Martial, and he was abused for being injured. He was like, get out of our club, Martial, for always being injured. When Martial was not injured, he was our best player. He was the glue in our attack for about 2 years, but he was just injured all the time. But he had to leave, right? Because he was too injured. Luke Shaw spent 5 years injured, and still the anger towards him about him leaving is not there. It's always when he is fit. When he is fit, he's one of the best defenders. When he is fit, when Martial was fit, he's one of the best strikers. What are we saying here? What are we doing here? What are we actually doing? So, listen, just stay fit for Man United. How about that? That's all I got to say. Play your England games. Do what you need to do. Guys, just try to stay fit for United. Give us some options. Mason Mount, you've had a decent pre-season, and you were decent against Arsenal. I've never had issues with Mason Mount as a footballer. I don't think he's special. I don't think he's great. But he technically, and I will say this, he's sound. He will give you a 6 out of 10 in most games. He just doesn't wow me, ever. He's just not exceptional at anything. That's it. And he's always injured. So I'd rather not have him. And Luke Shaw is similar, really. But I don't know. I've got no really deep thoughts about this, about them being in the England squad or anything. It's just a news story for you guys, to be fair. I don't, British Bulldog says Heaton is by far the best of what we have. Ranjit says, to be fair, Bayinder's mistakes are rookyish. Onana is a fraud. Wendell agrees with BB. TK says Heaton is the best in that he keeps the defenders calmer than the other two clowns. Ranjit says, Shivam says, I'm a Brazil supporter. I'd be happy with Luke Shaw and Mount in the team. Won't be able to do much. Are you happy with them in the team? Oh, because you're a Brazil supporter. All right. I'm thinking, bro, no. But fair enough. I hear what you're saying, Shivam. I understand what you mean, bro. Tuchel is planning on not winning anything internationally if he's homies with Shaw and Mount. That's TK. I hate you, TK. I got nothing to say about that, to be honest. Man United has a fixed seat in stands considering the amount of time they spend off the pitch. I guess Phil Jones had a better career than these players, including Bomb Squad. Phil Jones is another one that went under the radar. He was injured for about 5 years and we didn't see him. And he became a mascot. He became something that people smiled at, and You became part of the furniture. And I was watching this. And I was thinking, hold on a second. How the hell are we infantilized, and a footballer who's always injured and that spent 3 years on a treatment ground. We like him, and when we think about him, we're not filled with anger. But other players who we actually rely on, who are injured, we get angry that they're not fit, and I get annoyed that Luke Shaw's not fit. But Phil Jones just got it nicely. Phil Jones just went under the radar. 4 years just injured on the treatment ground, picking up his checks. And you could argue, you can argue that, listen, if you get injured playing for Man United and your injury, hampers your career and you've got 4 years left on your contract, the club has to look after you. I'm not saying it's wrong per se, from that perspective. You know me, I like to look at things from different perspectives. But at the same time, it's weird. It is weird that he was able to do that for so long. Rabiot. Should we skip the Rabiot stuff, guys? Should we skip, because we know Rabiot's not coming. I know Rabiot's not coming, and I don't want to waste people's time. So let's quickly breeze through this. Let's quickly read through this. Yeah, all Fabrizio was saying here is that he was a target for us years ago. Man United are not in for him. We're not negotiating for him. We have no interest in him. We are looking for a different kind of player. We are looking for somebody with Baleba's intensity, and this is not Rabiot. So I do not want to hear Rabiot being linked to Man United again for the remaining 11 days. If I see a Rabiot link to Man United, coming from a journalist, people, I will not present it to you guys here on this show. I will ignore it. I promise. Until I see someone serious saying Man United have bidded, then I might talk about it. But let's move on from Rabiot, because every summer Rabiot's name is pushed to Man United, and this summer was the same. So I think we can all agree to move on. Yeah, people? Yeah? Chat? Hey! Wendell said Rabiot, heart attack looming large. Yeah, Wendell. Sorry to scare you guys. It was only the news I was reporting. We're not getting Rabiot, so you guys can open your eyes now and open your ears. It's okay. We're not getting Rabiot. It's alright, people. Choose injury. But I think we should realize how hard injured players work on their way to recovery. Phil Jones, it is sad imagining. Yeah, good point, British Bulldogs. Getting an injury as a footballer, especially a long-term injury, is a madness, bro. Like, it's a madness. Psychologically as well. British Bulldog, let's not forget our medical team is being sued. It is being sued right now. And I've said, whether you're Pogba or you're Martial or you're Phil Jones, if it is successful, a lot of these guys, are going to come from Man United's medical team. Are going to come from Oli. Oli knew certain things. Oli knew Pogba was injured. He knew these players. Martial killed himself playing for Oli, and so did Pogba. That's where they got most of the injuries from, and their careers are done because of it. Rashford as well. Remember Rashford's back injury, people? His back injury for Oli. I need you to understand, and Mason Greenwood, Oli, under Oli, those 2.5 years under Oli, a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff happened that went under the radar. I've just literally mentioned the massive injuries that happened under him, and players who played through those injuries, whose careers are now derailed. The Lingards, the Ravel, there's so many things happened under Oli. The Mason Greenwood thing. Certain people are going to get sued. British Bulldog. So yeah, let's not pretend that, our medical department is not right now apparently maybe getting sued. Eddie Black says Rabiot's agent is over, or is ever a work hard. Yeah, he works hard. Eddie. Every summer he's flogging his footballer to every team, sending these emails. Email Man United, send. Arsenal, send. Liverpool, email, send. Hello, dear Man City, Rabiot, send. Dear, no, send. And he's just stressing out like, oh shit. Oh man. But the breaking news of the chat, people. The breaking news of the chat is TK has finally received his authentic third shirt. Let's rejoice. Pray to the Manchester gods. Pray to the Man United, because Man United is our religion. You know, this is our, you know, it's just like priests and all these guys wear some stuff. We got to wear our shit as well. So we're now in our uniform, people. We're wearing our uniform and we now praise Man United. Praise Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law, George Best. No, I'm doing this. I'm doing a spirit bomb. Juggle Z, spirit bomb. Go, all the people from planet Earth, all the Man United fans around the world. Give me your energy, and we will win this season. Oh man, yeah, man. Authentic shirt. Third. Listen, when I got my third shirt, I kissed the badge, and I ran to the corner of my room like it was a corner flag, and I did this. It's alright, TK. Be excited. Find your inner child, TK, and hug that shirt. Do this. Rub it against your face. You know, do all that shit, and don't let anyone tell you not to do it. Free yourself, TK. Enjoy the shirt. Skip Rabiot. We've skipped Rabiot Wendell. No more heartache for you, bro. We've gone past Rabiot. We can all breathe. Breathe now, people. Wendell says return to sender, you know. Redirect the mail. That's what Wendell said. Redirect the mail. What's it called? When you're not there. Out of office. Yeah. Put your out of office on. British Bulldog says there's probs at the club longer each day than fit players. Yeah, true. It's demoralizing. British Bulldog. Rabiot's agent is his mum. Remember? Oh, you're right. Your agent is your mum, and that's why she's working hard, bro. When your agent, yeah, is your mum, when you're looking after your son, yeah, that's a different kind of relationship. It's not just money, bro. Like, agents just care about money, but when your mum's looking after you, yeah, that's different, bro. Don't worry, son. Let me look after it. Let me sort it out for you. Yeah, she's working hard, guys. Fully. Eddie says, ain't got my third kit yet. Eddie, give your money to the Ineos. Give your money to the Glazers, bro. Buy that kit. Do it, Eddie. Do it. Do it. Do it, Eddie. Come on. Give your money to the billionaires. Give it to them. They need it more than you. How do you think we're going to get a new stadium without your flipping £80 for the shirt, Eddie? Don't be selfish. Can't stand these guys. Is this our official shirt for the chat? It is, TK. It is, because you've asked a question. You've asked a question and I've said yes, it is. All in one from China now. British Bulldog, I don't want the £20 ones from China. I don't want the inauthentic ones from China. I want the full £100 ones from give Ineos your damn money, British Bulldog. Give it to them. Don't be so selfish with your money. To summon the Man United gods, you need to find their hands and scream, Sue Bobby Charlton with the bear. I said, Sue Bobby Charlton, you know. Bobby Charlton. All right. Just to finish off, guys, if you are planning on going on holiday in October, you have to change your holiday plans because new dates. I'm not going to lie, people, I don't really look this far. I don't really look this far ahead. However, here are some new dates for you motherfuckers. Saturday the 18th of why did I say Saturday like that? Saturday the 18th of October, yeah, is the Liverpool game. But it's now been moved to Sunday at 4:30. All right, one day. That's I don't know. It hasn't really made that much of a difference. The kickoff time for United's Old Trafford game against Brighton has been amended, moved from 3 o'clock to 5:30 for Sky Sports. So it seems as if our match against Arsenal was the most viewed Premier League football game in American history. Was it something along them lines? The second most watched Premier League game in American history. And what's the American? No, what's the American channel that it was on? MBC. Yeah, you get the point I'm trying to make, guys. Right? We know that when Man United are on TV, Sky Sports know that they get views. They get views. No, but it says Saturday. It doesn't say when. It could be Saturday 5:30 game. But yeah. So even our game against Brighton now will be televised. So nobody needs to find those dodgy streams. You know those streams. Get your little. Can I say this on YouTube? It doesn't matter. I'm saying it. We don't need to get our dodgy streams and get our little dongles and all these little things to get these channels to show us, because that's what I'm gonna do. You think us YouTubers don't get streams for the 3 p.m. games? Of course we do. But for this game, we don't have to do that. So that's cool. That is cool. ESPN. That's it, Eddie. As it's annoying. It's annoying, Eddie. Sundays, yeah, Sundays you wanna chill. Like, people got shit to do on Sunday. Sunday's the day before Monday, and Monday's work day. And sometimes you want to watch football on a Saturday and chill the fuck out on a Sunday. But no, United have to exist, and all our games move to Sunday, so it can be on TV. It is frustrating, people, but it is what it is. So that's some news for you.
While we've been on stream, Arsenal have gone in for Eze.
Oh, I've just received some news, people. While we have been on stream, Arsenal have gone in for Eze or bidded for Eze. What's the news? Arsenal trying to hijack Eze right now. And David Ornstein has released that quote. I think, if you guys are aware, let me see. Havertz has an ACL injury, which means he's out for most of the season. Would you say? Maybe at least a large part of the season. So Havertz is out of here. He's gone. And also, Gyökeres is new to the league, and Gyökeres has taken a knock. And Arsenal have said Gyökeres is out for the Leeds game. So Havertz is out for long term. Gyökeres is out for the Leeds game. Arsenal are in trouble. I said on my stream, Arsenal are not winning the league. The way that they played against us, if that's how Arsenal are going to play this season, yeah, you guys, you ain't winning shit. So, oh my gosh, people, this is not good. Oh my lord. All right, I'll read it out to you lot. Arsenal make move for Eze, and the Eze wants Arsenal. Tottenham lined up a deal today, and player what? For the player, but after Havertz's injury, Arsenal are now closing in on England's international. If he proceeds with this choice, Tottenham will pursue other targets. So it looks as if Eze's always wanted to go to Arsenal, and now Arsenal have to be in seriously for Eze because they need attackers. They've lost two, arguably. Well, they've definitely lost one and potentially another one short term. So they now need to go in for Eze. This is not good news, guys. It's not good news. And not only is this happening, this is breaking now, people. This is breaking, and this is not good. Rodrigo's agent is traveling to London. The agent will land in the evening. This is indicated, by the way. So take with this a pinch of salt or a whole handful of salt. But they've also broke about the Eze thing, which is true. They've said some things that have been true, and they've said some things that haven't been true. So believe them if you will. Anyway, the agent will meet Arsenal and Liverpool to see what options can be offered to his client. The agent had requested the meeting, not the clubs. Wow, people. So Rodrigo's agent will be meeting up with Arsenal, according to this news, in the next few days, maybe today. So it looks like something. The injuries have triggered Arsenal into moving quickly and rapidly. I thought there was a chance Rodrigo could go to Man City. So we'll keep an eye on this one. But after Arsenal's performance against Manchester United, I can also see why. Listen, it's funny that after the United Arsenal game, there's one fan base that even though they lost, there's one fan base, the United fan base, that are a bit more chilled, a bit more relaxed. While the Arsenal fan base, even though they beat us, they're scrambling for more transfers. They're like, oh my lords, we need to get more attackers. We need to get this. We need to get that. They are the ones, yeah, that are not, who are frantic, even more frantic than we are. Anyway, let's see what people are saying. Eddie says Marcus Rashford is pushing for a starting spot at Barcelona, but Hansi Flick is demanding more intensity off the ball from the Englishman. Eddie Blacks, that sounds familiar. Intensity off the ball is what a lot of United fans said Rashford lacked when they saw him walking on the pitch, for instance, and not chasing back and not pressing. We questioned his intensity off the ball, and look, Barcelona are doing the same thing. So that's quite interesting, Eddie. TK says if Eze goes first, Wharton won't be for sale. Yeah, I agree. I mean, Wharton ain't for sale this year. We're not. If anybody even thinks we're getting Wharton this year, you're crazy, bro. He's not for sale. And if Eze goes, he's definitely not going. So I agree with TK. Eddie says Eze's level is Spurs. Make the better choice, my boy. Eze's level is Spurs. Rodrigo will hang on to RM like Højlund is hanging on at United to Real Madrid. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's scary though, guys. It's scary though. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out on this one, people. On this news, I think we are reaching towards the end of the news cycle, the Manchester news cycle. So just to summarize, people, before we go about our business today, we spoke about the Garnacho saga, and we're going to speak more about it. I know it's going to frustrate people, but it's going to dominate the headlines for the next week, Garnacho, until he leaves. So it is what it is. The Argentina manager has given his opinion on the Garnacho saga. We've spoken about Højlund and what he wants. Quite interesting, I won't say his demands, but his requests, or at least what he wants to happen. We spoke about that as well. Ruben coming out, speaking about his midfield conundrum, the partnerships that he could build, and the competitors for each individual spot. We spoke about that on the channel. We also went on to speak about United sticking with the 3 goalkeepers that they currently have, and in my opinion, that's a mistake. But United are apparently willing to do that this season. You guys have given me your opinion, and it's very clear that you guys all agree that we need a new goalkeeper. I think that's obvious. Come on now, guys. Mount and Shaw back in the England squad, potentially. We spoke about that as well. Fabrizio also clarified the Rabiot position. I don't think we needed him to clarify anything, but that was the news. We spoke about that as well. 2 fixtures have changed. The Liverpool match and the Brighton match have now been rescheduled in October. And that is most of the news. We spoke about Eze. Arsenal potentially now in for Eze and Rodrigo, since Havertz has an ACL injury. That's a long-term injury. And also Gyökeres is not available for Leeds. He's also received a knock. So that's most of the Man United related news that I could find for you guys, for us to talk about. Let me quickly see if there's anything else that has appeared since we've been live. People, big up the chat as always. Amazing chat. This chat has been really good today. You man have all had different opinions about stuff. You've had, different conversations. You've disagreed with some of the things I've said, agreed with some of the things I've said. That's how it goes, bro. And like I keep saying at the beginning of every single show, critical thinking. Listen, we can have conversations, and we don't need to be an echo chamber for all the other channels and just have the same opinions in all the other channels. We can look at things differently. And I like the chat because the chat, all of you guys that are coming at certain situations, regarding Man United, you're all coming at it differently, bro. All of you. And that's what I like, man. Different opinions, man. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to go through unless you guys in the chat want to have a conversation or want to go through anything else. Let me know, people. Big up yourselves all day, every fucking day. Every day. Eddie Blacks. TK, I'm wearing my new shirt to dinner tonight. In presence will be 2 Liverpool fans and a Leeds fan. They won't know what hit them. Pow, Eddie. Pow, TK. Show them. One punch. Like One Punch Man. One punch. Bro. And plus, I ain't gonna lie to TK, yeah. Out of all the shirts, yeah, this is actually a shirt you can actually probably wear to dinner. You know the Liverpool shirt, that's a football jersey. It's not black, it's not slick. It's just whatever, bro. Leeds United. This shirt actually looks slick enough to wear to dinner, bruv. Like, this looks slicker than a suit, bro. The United elbow. Man said the people's elbow, the United elbow. Rather than doing this, yeah, it's a soo and then a elbow. The United elbow. The most electrifying move in football entertainment. The United elbow. If you smell what United are, what? Oh my lord. I missed your Hoyland take. Gotta watch. Yeah, go and watch back, Eddie. Go and watch Black Eddie Blacks. That's stupid. Okay, that wasn't funny. Yeah, my Hoyland take. I just found it interesting that he wanted that security. I'm like, who gets that kind of security that after you go back on loan, you come back and you get into the squad, you get into the team? Nobody. Like, what is this? You want to know if that will happen. You want that to happen, bro. Like, listen, you're on the list, yeah, like everyone else. Yeah, and you're going to get sold like everyone else. No special treatment for you. That's it. He doesn't want to be signed like Sancho. Listen, he's shook. He's seen what the United fan base can do. He's seen what the media can do to alienate you, to have you hating on a player. If the media wanted to, all they got to do is print things like he stays up late, plays computer games. He colors his hair blonde. It's not really blonde. Keep printing news about him doing this, doing that, and in about 2 months, we will hate his guts and we'll hate him as a human the way that we hate other players. He's scared. He don't want to be treated like these guys. So he's like, please, as long as no, bro. If you leave on loan, you have to fight for your place. But to be honest, that's how I've interpreted it. Other people in the chat, and I have to be fair, and British Bulldog, they've not interpreted it that way. He's basically saying that I want to come back and fight for my space and fight for my place. That's another way of interpreting that, and I get that. So it is what it is. Why is he such a beg? Says Eddie. Eddie, he's shook. And that's why, in a way, yeah, even though I don't like Garnacho, there's something about Garnacho's I don't give a fuck attitude, yeah, that I kind of like. The guys who show they're not scared of the club, they're not scared of the fans, they're not scared of the repercussions, they're not going to bow down to the fans, they're not going to bow down to the manager. Those who are people who are like me, That's why I have soft spots for Garnacho and Sancho. Those kind of people who are strong with their conviction and back themselves, like me, I'm always going to be like, listen, I don't like what you're doing. All these things. But at the same time, I kind of understand. I'm just being real, people. Anyway, big up yourselves. TK 9 away from 500. Where we started, people, we were nowhere near 500. And of course, we got to start somewhere, people. But we are now 9 away from 500 subscribers. And you know, 500 is a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Milestone. It's a huge milestone, and I would not take it for granted. So, guys, if you can like the video on your way out, if you can share the video, get some people to subscribe, get some more Man United fans to see it. Check out my tactical analysis of the Arsenal game. Like I keep saying, even if you're not watching it, if you don't watch it, just like the video, share the video or something. Put it on 1.5 speed and then play the video. It will be finished by the time you blink. 492 subscribers now, so we are 8 away from 500. And given to where we started, listen, was it TK knows? TK was one of the first people to jump on, and TK jumped on, was it like 300 subscribers about a month ago, TK? And now 500 subscribers in a month. So listen, slow progress, very, very slow progress, but we're doing our thing, bro. Like, let's not be echo chamber. Let's challenge ourselves. Let's have challenging conversations. Let's push, the way that we think about football. Let's be very technical and tactical. Let's analyze things deeply and understand football deeply, but also have jokes, bro. Have banter. See, TK joined at 260. So we've almost doubled since TK joined. So it's interesting. I know it's going to be interesting being on a journey and with a small channel and then seeing me grow and develop, because I can get much better at this and you guys will help me improve. I'm pretty sure you guys will tell me, yo, Chosen, don't be that. You guys will hold my feet to the fire for sure. And you guys will also improve and we'll all come together, man. We'll all come up together. So big up the chat, big up everybody who joins in the conversations, because it helps. I'm always going to say thank you. So if this part of the show annoys people, I don't know, guys, gratitude is a good thing, bro. Gratitude is a good thing. So thank you, people. They do go quick, to be honest, TK. I don't know how. Maybe they were. I don't know how true that was, but that's funny. So big up TK, Eddie, Wendell, obviously Jerry. I don't think Jerry was here today, but Shivam, BB, Ranjit. Yeah, said Wendell already. Big up everybody in the chat. Of course, Turkish, the first mod of the chat, only because Turkish is here every session. Turkish is here without fail. So that was the first mod of the channel. I'm pretty sure once we get bigger, I would have to be choosing more of you guys to be mods. I've already got, my eyes on people like TK and whatnot, BB, because they were here first. So if the channel does get bigger and we start doing like super chats and all these things, I don't want you guys to be paying for super chats, bro. That's not how it works. Like, if you guys are here at the beginning of the channel, you guys are still and always going to be the guys that I interact with the most. So big up everybody. Yeah, Eddie, the quotes from the Argentina manager are true. I put them on screen for you if you want to see them as well, Eddie, but they are true. Big up everybody. So there you are, Eddie. They are true, bro. They are true. So big up everybody. Give your money to the Glazers and Ineos. Buy the shirt. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Big up everybody, man. Love. Yeah, sorry. It's easier to love than it is to hate. My brain, when your brain is just... Glad guys, this is not easy, To talk non-stop, yeah, for like an hour and a half, yeah, it's not easy, bro. It's not. And to be concise and precise with your words and not say anything out of place, it's pressure. It's pressure. Anyway, guys, big up your damn selves, and I'll